far, do you see a sign of interest in the students?
Yes, sir.
Manicure as well as pedicure are also on the lineup of vocations at the Taraba State University's Entrepreneurial Training Project. This group is mastering the art of decoration and event management. That way, they can help celebrants impress their guests.
From your observation, having been training them, what changes have you been able to observe in them?
There's this zeal about getting to do something after school. There's a zeal of having their own, making their own income after work, and having extra money aside what they want to do. My message to them is that what the school has given them should not be wasted. Every penny they put into their business, they should be able to account for, and they should make sure they separate their business from their personal money. Their income for the business should be separated from their personal money.
Hello and good morning. This is Haske-Tv Breakfast Show, and I am Christiana Babayo. I love this breakfast show today, and of course I don't do this alone. I have someone in the studio hosting the breakfast show with me, and she is
Farida Haq. It's so nice to have you again on the show.
Well, good morning this Tuesday morning. I trust that you're feeling okay. You woke up hale and hearty, and you are up and on about your doings or businesses of the day. I hope you do something productive today, despite the harsh weather conditions. I would say, because it's just January and the sun is just the sun is shining like never before.
From early morning.
Yes, early in the morning. Once it's 8, 9, you see the sun bright and all out. So I do hope you have a fruitful day, and then let's take a short break. When we come back, we would pick up right from here and go straight into the breakfast show. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, like we said, this is the Haske-Tv Breakfast Show with me, Christiana Babayo, and
Farida Haq.
Well, as you know how we do it here.
Yeah.
We bring you news.
Newspaper reviews.
From the north, from the east, from the west, from the south, from Nigeria.
International.
And even international. Here we do it international. We're international people of repute. So, I mean, we don't leave any stone unturned. We, carry every side of the world along. And of course, in between, we're going to be bringing also gist, from things that happened maybe from last night down to this morning while we were all sleeping. But as journalists, we don't sleep. We always keep our eye open, for any latest development that will pop up so that we can keep you abreast of them, of course, on the breakfast show every morning. And, today we'll start with the newspaper reviews, as usual. Most of the newspapers that we have today, the lead stories have been on Peter Obi and his New Year message that is said to have threatened
his life.
Not his life first. He said in the message they allege that he has threatened the Tinubu administration. Yes, and he's been a saboteur, someone trying to destabilize the government of the day. So on the Nigerian News Direct, it says Obi raises alarm over death threats after New Year messages.
Yeah.
And then on the Punch newspaper, the lead story here is APC tackles obedience. That's the Obi followers of Peter Obi. Obedience as Obi alleges threats to life. We have from some writers there on that lead story. It says Obi playing politics of bitterness, says ABC. Another writer says Nigeria transforming into repressive regime, ex-governor. Now, the contents of Obi's New Year message, was out there and open. It was clear. It was in the public space. It's not something he did in the hidden.
Yes.
So I think that's why it's generating a lot of controversies, a lot of people coming to give interpretations to things. It is one thing for you to say something. It's another thing for people to actually understand the context in which you are saying what you are saying. Now, the APC is saying that whatever Obi said in the New Year message is threatening to destabilize the administration of President Bola Tinubu because he raised quite a number of concerns. And well, according to him, he only raised some concerns in the interest of the nation, of course, and then tried to provide some practical solutions also, according to him, for to the concerns that he had raised earlier in the New Year message. But apparently this did not go down well with a lot of people. It did not. And then Obi went ahead to now make it public that he has been threatened. His life has been threatened, his family has been threatened, and even those around him. Yeah. And he made that comment on his X handle that even mentioned names, of people who said who sent those threatening messages to him. So he is bringing it out to public like this. If something happened to him, we'll know that he has been threatened. Though he has been threatened, and he said that he has no intention whatsoever to destabilize the government. Yeah. All he did was in the interest of the public.
But they won't just understand that. Looking that he was running for that election in Tinubu.
Yes.
So whatever he's going to say is going to be like, no, he's trying to bring us down. It's not in interest of the government right now. He's trying to pull us back. He wants citizens to know our fault. Someone said, instead of you to at least work on why you failed or why you didn't win the election, you shouldn't be having bitter words towards that. It takes us back to that Ariwa forum stuff where they said, when the spokesperson of the president said, Atiku should not even try to come out of for
the next elections.
Stuff like this when it happens. Just like political, this APC, this the other party or stuff of sort. I think it's really something to look out for.
Well, but then I also feel that as much as we do not want to encourage people going out and saying derogatory statements about the government, it's because it's our country after all, whether we like it or not. As much as we do not encourage people saying things that would devalue the country or the government or any individual at all, I think our government should also be more open for constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Because if you're not being criticized, I'm not sure you would know what exactly you're doing right or wrong, because that's why the people are there. And that's why there's this freedom of speech for people to express their feelings.
What is it? And he even
express their views. Yes, he said he's exercising his rights, his freedom of speech. When you see something, you say something. We keep telling people when you see something, you say something. When we begin to now give backlashes for them saying something after they have seen something, I don't think that we are moving on the right path at all. Yes, and then that will now lead to people being afraid of voicing out their opinions, even though it might be for the greater good. So constructive criticism is good. It's good. Like you said, it keeps you up and doing. It keeps you on your toes. You know that, okay, if we don't do this thing correctly, there will be repercussions. So people will talk. Nigerians
they're actually looking at us.
Yes. And during the campaigns, I remember last year, we kept saying here that we are not looking for somebody in particular from the south or somebody from the west or somebody from the east, or we are not looking for somebody. We don't want a person of faith.
That is it.
When it comes to that election, we said we're not looking for somebody, because we're not judging you. When somebody does something wrong, we're not judging you as a man of faith. We are judging you as a man, as a Nigerian, as an individual, because we have to move away from all our sentiments now.
Yes.
Move away from those approaches where we're asking, where is the person from? What tribe is he? Who is he? What religion is he? And all that. All we are after is somebody that is there to do the business.
Yeah.
And we said then that when you're there and you're not doing it, because you have told us in your campaign promises that you will do it. You said you will do this, you will do that, you will do the other one. And Nigerians do not forget. If there's one thing I know with Nigerians do not forget. So provided that Nigerians are still reminded of the things you have said you would do,
And you're not doing
and then you're not doing it now, because it is enough reason for them now to come out, and begin to say that, okay, okay, you said that this was going to happen and it did not happen, it's taking longer than we expect. So that is just it. Criticism in itself is not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Unless you're doing it with an intention, to sabotage what the administration is, sabotage a particular person in government or something of that sort. But then as for Peter Obi and the APC drama, it is quite dicey. Like you said, he was an aspirant. And then unfortunately he didn't win the elections. And then Tinubu of the APC won. And now that this party is raising some concerns about the activities of governance, it is raising a lot of concerns for people out there. So it takes a lot of wisdom and a lot of indifference for you to be able to stand in the middle and look at the issues objectively. Know that, okay, this person is not talking from an angle of jealousy or from an angle of trying to sabotage the government, right?
Yes.
And then you know that, okay, government now is saying this in their interest, that, okay, do not say anything or do anything that will sabotage the government of today. So that, people out there, and even Nigerians, will not begin to look down on the government and then feel that, okay, the government is incapable of doing whatever it is that they are pleased there to do.
I think even his national coordinator said the APC should stop intimidating. They should stop the intimidation, because now it's just something going up and down. And look at obedience now.
Yeah, and they kept saying that there will be consequences for those things that Obi said. There are consequences. They kept saying that consequences.
He said if they should arrest maybe Peter Obi, or that consequence they're talking about, if it should happen, then Nigeria are going to react. They are going to react negatively to it. You think it would just go well like that? It will not.
It wouldn't.
It will not go well like that.
Because one thing with Nigerians is that they will never keep quiet. No matter what happens, Nigerians do not keep quiet. Their own is that they will talk, whether it's on social media,
they will talk,
or on their mainstream media, or on their their handles or whatever. They will still talk. When they see something, they say something.
They say something, because this is what we keep saying. When you see something, say something. Now, why is it saying something becoming an issue right now?
So that we can make the country better.
But as you said, if you don't say something, something is going wrong, and you feel like there's need for you to say it. Is that we're all going in the blind? So I think there's need. You see something, say something. We still start on that.
Okay, so we'll later come back to this when Farida will be taking us through the summary of the newspapers today. But still on the Punch newspaper on page 2, we have a story: retirement top generals get $20,000. Medical allowance, bulletproof SUVs, and all that.
Yeah,
I just love the sound of this. Like
it's
the sound. Let me use
it's
just
so
like
bad.
It's giving. It's giving good vibes. Like $20,000. It's not naira. It's dollars, because naira is just falling now up and down. And then medical allowance.
Just imagine.
Medical allowance, bulletproof SUVs.
Wow.
For protection. I'm tempted to say that, the reason we even need bulletproof cars in Nigeria is because of insecurity. That is the error. But today we don't want to talk about insecurity. Last Tuesday, we talked. Insecurity is a growing concern every day in this country.
Yeah.
But then bulletproof SUVs, well, that's nice. At least in the case of any banditry or robbery attack, the person stands a chance of actually escaping with his life. Cars are bulletproof. But then I think it's a good compensation, or what would I say, incentive to generals and all that. It encourages them to keep remaining on the fiery line. These are the people that are always putting their lives on the line, staying on the fiery line, trying to see that, okay, we sleep with our 2 eyes closed, and so we need to provide some of this encouragement, some of this incentives for them, to encourage them, and to also tell them that, okay, you're doing a good job. We see it. We see what you do. We see you. We appreciate you, and would love for you to do more. I just hope that this courtesy, crosses across to other professions, other sectors of the society. Like the medical sector. I would say the doctors are also on the front lines.
Definitely, they are always on the front.
Yes, to ensure that. We get quality health service delivery. And unfortunately, the Japa syndrome has also been a great concern. We have a lot of our medical personnel running out of the country at every opportunity that they get. And it doesn't tell well of our government, because if they are treated right, they wouldn't go out.
Even
It's
though they
someone who's
promised to.
dissatisfied that would want to go out in search of greener pastures.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because we have this very capable hands, year in, year out, we bring out these very fantastic medical practitioners,
Yeah.
and then in our own country we are
Then
also
they're
lacking in
offline
that,
now.
and then all that. So on page 15 of the Punch newspaper, it said Northwest bandits fleeing to Oyo, Makinde cries out. Bandits fleeing from one place to the other is not a good.
It
It's
is
not
not.
a good report.
I think we
It's not.
talked about this.
You're crossing from one angle to the other. It doesn't tell well at all, because now people in the other side have to start running away for their lives, and when you move to the next place, they have to start fleeing. You know, they have to flee. So it's sort of destabilizing activities of government and all that.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think that we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll ride on a new segment of the breakfast show. Please stay with us. Well, welcome back, dear viewer. We are still on the Haske-Tv breakfast show with myself, Christiana Babayo, and of course, Farida. So, Farida, we promised that we'll bring gist to somewhere along the breakfast show.
Yes.
And then it would seem that me and Farida have been doing a lot of sleeping over the night, and then
Actually,
we could not come up with
with banging
very
stuff
juicy
like we used to.
gist, like we always do. You know
Yeah.
how we do it now. You know how we bring it to you.
Yes.
So we couldn't come up with some of those gists,
That you
But
expected.
we have a very fantastic piece of information.
Yeah, please emphasize on that. Fantastic.
Fantastic. This one will blow your mind.
Yeah.
It will blow your mind. You would love it. You would absolutely love it. So, Farida, should I tell them, or you want to tell them?
Just tell them.
Should I tell them?
Just tell them.
Okay. So, as you know, we've been doing this, over the years on Haske Television, right?
Yeah.
That will bring it to you from the city of Jalingo, the Raba State, Northeast Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we've been bringing a lot of contents to you from our own Haske Television.
Yeah.
And we've been doing the best we can. Yeah, we've been doing the best we can. And how do I say this now? So over the past few months, we've been cooking something.
You're so excited.
Okay.
Like you're so
my
the
God.
excitement on your face.
We've been cooking something. Yes, we've been cooking something. And then because we did not want you to, we did not want to give you spoiler alerts,
Yes.
or to ruin the surprise.
Yeah.
So we decided that let's keep this low key. Every morning I come here and then Farida wants us to be. I'm like, no. Let's wait. Let's give it some time. Give it some time. So yes, when the time is right, and the time is right now.
You actually feel the time.
And so we've been cooking something, like I was saying. We've been cooking something. It is one thing to be in a media organization. It's one thing for it to do, keep excelling.
Yeah.
So Haske Television has been pregnant for quite some time now, and then just recently, a few days ago, we recently gave birth to the baby.
Yeah.
The Haske FM.
Yeah.
So we have a radio. Although we're just test running, we're just doing test transmission at the moment. But you know, we have gotten to that place. We are there already.
Yeah, no, you're there already.
We are there already. It's not a thing of whether they will do it or not. Now we are there. So that's why we reserve the gist. We say we should not tell you until we have reached this, substantial amount of effort. We want to bring it to you. So Haske-Tv now has Haske-FM
106.9.
106.9 frequency modulation. That's what we're operating on. So tune in from wherever you feel like. Just tune in. Our test transmission is
going on.
And then I believe that from now on you get to choose which one of our stations you want to listen to. Is it the TV? You wake up in the morning, it's like, okay, so today, which of the branches am I listening to today? Is it Haske-Tv?
And
we never tune into radio. Yeah. Just in case maybe it's 8 a.m. that we're doing this show and then you're on your way to work already. Tune in the radio. No worries. We got you.
We got your
back. Just tune in the radio. So wherever you go, we'll follow you. We're not like MTN. Everywhere you go, we are there back to back. And then it excites us because now when we go out, we now have some little ego. We're now like, okay, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Which of our services would you like today?
Is it the radio,
the radio or the TV? And then and that. So that's the gist that we have for you.
I believe they're all smiling right now.
Of course, they are all smiling. If we had opened our phone lines here, I'm sure we'll have a lot of calls coming in, and then so. But then subsequently, during the breakfast show, we'll still be keeping you abreast of the development. We'll still be keeping you updated. But just know that our frequency modulation is 106.9. So now back to the business of today. On the Punch newspaper again, we have a story that says woman who cursed Sheyi Tinubu, IG gets 10 million naira bail. So some time ago, a certain woman went on social media and made some statements about the president's son Sheyi Tinubu, and the Inspector General of Police, of course. She made some very threatening, very life-threatening, and derogatory comments about them. And since then, she has been bundled, arrested, because it is one thing, we just want to make it very clear to Nigeria, it is one thing for you to have this freedom of speech. It is one thing now for Nigeria to guarantee your freedom after that speech has been made.
That is it.
So please, my dears, I think that we need to be guided by emotional intelligence when we are saying some of these things that we're saying, especially because we have social media.
Yes, you feel like you can just say whatever you want to say.
Freedom of speech is guaranteed before the speech, but after the speech, no one can guarantee your freedom. So before you carry your phones, your whatever, and you begin to go on social media and threaten certain people, just know whoever you are doing this about, and know what you are even about to say. Is it important? Does it add to national growth or development? What does it add to the society? Before you even say it, it's your full chest. Yes, now it will say that this woman made her statement in Yoruba. And we are privileged to have somebody interpret it to us. And she was making statements like Sheyi Tinubu would die, or calamity has befallen the Tinubu family. So, of what use are those comments now to society?
Even though she will have backups, now Nigeria.
Wherever now she's having the backup. For if somebody gives me a bail of 10 million naira, I can assure you that I'm going to rot in that prison, because where am I getting 10 million naira from? For bail.
Just bail. And you know what? That's what we're talking about now. Like this moment, I think last Wednesday, someone would just lay on bed. I won't say a nobody. Like, she's even looking for what to eat. Do you understand? You just lay on bed and start making nasty comments.
A very broke person. You're just out. You just want urgent 2K. And you wake up and you feel like, okay, what is the best way now to kill myself today? How do I die? If I want to die, what is the fastest way to die? And then you say, okay, let me go. The president's son?
No. Or maybe she never thought it's going to escalate.
But then reports have it that she intentionally, because when it comes to issues of libel and slander, it is whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, it does not change the fact whatever you said. And you know the thing with our social media in Nigeria, in the world entirely, because the world has become a digital age. Whatever you put out on social media goes viral. Once it has circulated, okay, you may decide that, in fact, NBC might flag it down. They might block it. What have you? I can guarantee you that somebody has saved that particular content. Because why are we still seeing content that has been flagged down? You know, some contents have been said, you know, by whatever, whichever of the regulatory bodies that this content should not be out there. But I can guarantee you that somebody has it. This reminds me of the Balthazar saga of, you know, did I say months or weeks ago? You know, the Ethiopian guy you know, all his sexual escapades and all that. You know, those videos are not meant to still be circulating social media because of the nature of those videos. Yeah. But then, a few weeks after the whole saga, well, those videos
is roaming about.
It is roaming around. It's still there. It is even on some of the social media platforms. Yes. You just need to know where to look, and then you would find them. You would see them if you so wish. Yes. So these are the things with all this. Well, she has gotten the bill. I wish her the best. For people like that, I cannot really, you know, stand out and defend you. I wish you well, whatever your fate, whatever it becomes at the end of the day. So because of our time, I think on the Vanguard newspaper, we just rush through the lead story. The lead story is thousands face life-threatening ailments from lead poisoning. The writer says varsity dons, medical practitioners, farmers raise concern. And then another one says the Bonny government flags of place FG for poor supervision of minors. Another writer is the laments minors fail to implement agreements with communities to provide amenities. We also have the Peter Obi story here again on page 5. I've received threat messages, Peter Obi. Obedience raise alarm over APC's threats to Obi's life businesses. And APC chieftain, mother, child, 2 others shot dead in Ondo Cold War. That's on page 6. And then that's all I think we can take on the Vanguard. So Farida will take us through the summary of the newspapers today.
You know, we can't read. There are a lot of Nigerian newspapers, but let's summarize all of them for you because we can't bring them. We don't have all the time.
We do not have all the time.
Bring them. Yes. So, number 1 here: ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs will today, Tuesday, begin the defense of their allocations in the 2025 budget estimates. According to the timeline of the budget process, the first set of MDAs will go before the Senate and the House of Representatives joint committees. The second one here says the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, declared yesterday that the Nigeria is not at risk yet of the human metapneumovirus virus HMBV infection. In China, thousands of people, especially children, have been hospitalized due to the infection. As you said earlier, that the China's
so as of yesterday, I think federal government was trying to boost border security by quarantining China-bound passengers, just because of concerns raised over the metapneumovirus. Yes.
Okay, the third one here says there was a fierce battle at the weekend between troops of Operation Haske-Tv and terrorists of the Islamic State West African province. The terrorists reportedly ambushed the troops in Sabongari, Damboa local government area of Borno State, leading a 2-hour on-gun battle. And number 4 here, Labour Party LP presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Mr. Peter Obi, has said that his New Year message on the state of the nation under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government has led to threats against his life and family. Obi said this on Monday in a series of tweets on his X handle. The former Anambra State governor said he had received all sorts of messages, including threats to his life and that of those around him. It still goes Peter Obi.
The same Peter Obi story.
Number 5 here, 2 persons were killed in a suspected bomb explosion that occurred yesterday at an Islamia school located at Uchibiu community in the Bauri Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja. 2 other persons who were injured were said to have been rushed to Kubwa General Hospital. Number 6 here, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCT, is on the heels of some suspected vandals alleged responsible for stealing sewage manhole covers in Abuja. Mr. Larry, media aide to the FCT minister, Mr. Wike, confirmed this in a statement that this is even as the FCT police paraded about 50 suspects arrested in connection to the vandalized infrastructure. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has announced a remittance of over 6 billion to the coffers of the Nigerian government in 2024, according to the board's weekly bulletin released on Monday by its public communication advisor, Dr. Fabian Benjamin. JAM generated a total income of a lot of numbers in 2024, out of which was remitted by the government.
And they said JAM about 6 billion naira. JAM remitted to federal government in 2024. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission says it dismissed 27 of its officers last year for misconduct and fraudulent activities. The anti-graft agency also said it's investigating a trending claim of a yet-to-be-identified support staff of the EFCC against a sectional head. Wow. The Anambra State Police Command said it arrested 2 brothers for allegedly killing and burying their brother in a shallow grave in their compound in Oko Community, Arumba North Local Government Area of Anambra State. The State Commissioner for Police, Itam, disclosed this during a press briefing at the command headquarters in Akwa on Monday. Kiana? Really? Killing of their brother? And burying it in that same compound? I wouldn't say how hard there's a
a lot of things. That's why I said the fact that we need to tell people that human lives matter. It's a concern.
Seriously,
it's a concern.
something we should keep saying.
Like, how do you sleep at night?
And that same compound. And your brother, because it stated.
Well, now you don't need to be afraid of somebody outside, since your own family.
We said someone close to you too.
Yes, we did say
we
that.
We did say this last Tuesday. No fewer than 4 persons have been killed in a clash involving some suspected rival cult groups in O, the headquarters of O local government area of Ondo State, on Monday. It was gathered that the victims included a yet-to-be-identified woman and Habibi, who reportedly hit by stray bullets of suspected cultists. These other 2 victims were allegedly shot during the clash. You sure cultism all through again?
Yes.
But it seems like, it's so quiet that you don't hear more about this cultism activities.
Yes, especially even whether in the local communities or in the university settings, we have. Is it that we have overcome that to some extent now that we don't get to hear, about it? More so that there's a serious campaign against drug abuse going on everywhere in the country. So maybe that campaign on drug abuse has been doing a lot of help to ensure that, okay, some of these young people do not delve into some of these social vices and, cause problems here and there. So I think that, it's a good step in the right direction, and that if we continue on that pace, we would no longer have issues of cultism, being on the headlines or what have you. Because it's not even a good story for Nigerian youth. Seriously, because we are asking government to give us what is due to us. We need to act right. Yeah, we need to act right. That. We need to show that we have earned this, and we can actually take responsibility. So I think that it's a plus for Nigerian youths that we hear very little of this cultism cases in the country, whether in the communities, in the area, or in the universities that we have.
Yeah. So I think we'll now take a very short break. When we return, we will continue with all this. Stay with us.
and you are still watching the Haske-Tv Breakfast Show. We're still in the studio, doing our things. We've been talking, we've been informing, we've been enlightening, we've been educating, and then and also entertaining. Yes, entertaining you all. So today is January. What? 7th. Okay. I think schools resumed yesterday. Schools started resuming yesterday, and then congratulations to parents who have had to stay with their children all day, all night during the holidays. It's a very difficult task. I know a lot of parents. I was speaking to a parent that is just like, I don't know how excited she is that school is resuming. And that she can finally drop off her kid in school in the morning and go and do actually productive things, and then wait for closing hours to go pick up the kid.
I know my mom just said, when she just heard school is resuming, she said, well, that sleepless night, that early morning waking up to make food, have sweet sleep in the morning.
It's like, the thing is the bittersweet experience for parents, because on one side, yes, once you wake up and you are done with the waking up, you do your things and then you send them to child to school. You have your time, you have some me time
to yourself.
But then, if the child was not going to school, you would sleep in, maybe wake up around 7 or so, you do whatever it is you have to do. And but then, it depends on what works for them. And anyway, school has to resume, children have come back to school. Take care of your children, tell them the right things they should do at school, because in most cases, you see children, some of the characters they bring into the house comes from school majorly, because they mingle with a lot of children that you don't know where they're from, people from different backgrounds, from different places, coming together to mingle in class and all that. So if you're not careful, you see children begin to pick up some habits that you're not so certain of where they got them from in the first place. So but good luck to the students who have gone back to school. Good luck to the parents while you're taking your well-deserved rest. School will go on break again sometime in April. Then you'll go back to the same rodeo. But then
still again, I think it will still come up with that saying that when your child comes back from school, at least you should have that time to speak with him or her. How was your day? What happened? You met new friends. At least
you do in school today and all that.
At least let your child be very open with you, so that she feels or he feels like he can tell you whatever it is. Sometimes he won't even know he's telling you something bad, but because he's so open with you, he feels like he can tell you anything. And this is when you're going to caution them on what to do and what not to do.
So just before we go, from my end, we're still in the new year. I hope that you're enjoying this new year. I hope that you're setting out to do the things that you said you were going to do this year. I hope that God helps you, to achieve some of these things that you have set out to do. And I hope that this year you will not be so hard on yourself. This year you take it easy with yourself. Be very kind to yourself, because hypertension is no more economical.
It is not.
High blood pressure is not economical. Take care of your mental health. Make sure that you are not overstressed. Make sure that things do not get to you to the point that you begin to keep things in your mind and then you just fall dead one day. Because a lot of things are enough to make you mad in this country.
But you have to calm down. Take a breath.
Last year, 2024, the logo for the year was that no grief for anybody. And I think that this year we need that more than ever before. No grief for anybody. If anybody wants to stress you, just cut the person off, whoever the person is, because
it doesn't take
by the time you are now beginning to go for hospital checkups to buy high blood pressure medication, nobody will come and help you out, because at last you need to tell yourself that nobody is coming through for you. Even though you know that you know that there are certain people that are there for you, but in this life it is one man to himself.
That is it.
And God for us all. So remember to take care of your mental health. Drink a lot of water. Go out there, do the best that you can do. If somebody asks you what you do for a living, tell them you do your best. Tell them you breathe for a living. Tell them you do it. Don't allow anybody to pressure you into, following their timelines. People will begin to tell you that at a certain age you must do this. At this age you must do that. There is no rule that says that at certain ages certain things must be done. Do things at your own pace. At your own pace. The best you can do it. What you cannot do, leave it for God. Don't go and kill yourself and come and die.
So also you should be very true to yourself.
True to yourself.
True to yourself.
True to yourself. Just do your best. Do the best you can. If the only thing you have even done today is survive, that too is okay. You don't have to do world-changing things every day. So, just stay in your lane, mind your business, do your job, get paid, go home, drink enough water, and then stay hydrated. Do the best you can, and then be sure that tomorrow again you join us on this station. That is all we ask, that you stay with us on this station again tomorrow, same time, same venue. From all of us at the production team, we say thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your presence. We do not take it for granted. Thank you for all your support that you've been showing us on the Breakfast Show. We do hope that we continue to, bring you messages that are impactful, and that you continue to stay tuned to this station. You continue to patronize us. I wouldn't say banking with us. We don't do banking actually. But then thank you for staying with us. We enjoy all your support, and we assure you that we will not disappoint you. Thank you so much, and from me, have a good day.
From me, have a nice day.